The morning I locked my mother-in-law out of my house, she called the police. But by the time they arrived, I had already destroyed everything she'd been building against me for years. She walked in without knocking, 8:14 a.m., barefoot, half awake, coffee not even brewed yet, and said, "Your hallway is such a mess, as always." She said it before the door was even fully open, like she lived there, like I didn't exist. She stepped inside, picked up my son Noah's backpack with 2 fingers like it was contaminated. "I raised Cole better than this," she sighed. Soft voice, sharp blade. Cole wasn't home. He never was. He always missed these moments, these inspections. At first, I told myself it wasn't that bad. She was just organized. Old school. Helpful. Until I realized she wasn't helping. She was collecting evidence. It started small. Photos of dishes in the sink, comments about laundry, just trying to make things easier for you. Then messages. To Cole, not me. "I'm worried about the baby's environment. She seems overwhelmed. You should consider help." Help. That word kept coming back. Not support, replacement. The night Cole said, "Mom thinks you've been off lately." Something inside me snapped. Off? I was raising our son, working freelance from home, managing everything alone while he traveled twice a month for work. But suddenly, I wasn't a mother. I was a problem. That's when I understood. She wasn't criticizing me. She was building a case. And then came the dinner. 12 people. My house, my food, my effort. And halfway through dessert, she stood up, tapped her glass, smiled. "I just want to say something." My stomach dropped. She pulled out printed photos. My house, my life, moments taken out of context. Laundry piles, toys scattered, 2 mugs in the sink. "I'm concerned," she said softly, "and I think we should discuss what's best for the baby." Silence. Heavy. Humiliating. And then she said it, the line that changed everything. "Sometimes love means stepping in when a mother can't cope." That was the moment she tried to take my son. And that was the moment I stopped being quiet. I didn't argue, didn't cry, didn't defend myself. I smiled, excused myself, locked myself in the bathroom, and made a decision. If she wanted a case, I'd give her one, just not the one she expected. The next morning, I changed everything. Smart locks, security cameras, documentation, medical records, everything. No more reacting, only strategy. And then I invited her over. Thursday, 9:03 a.m., right on time. Click. Except it didn't open. Access denied. Pause. Doorbell. I opened the door slowly, smiling. Oh, I updated the locks. For the first time, she hesitated. She stepped inside, eyes scanning. Silent hallway. Silent cameras. Control. Mine. "I've been thinking about what you said," I began softly. "About concern." She folded her arms. "I only want what's best for Noah." "So do I." I placed a folder on the table. Medical reports, growth charts, doctor's letters, therapy confirmation. Perfect. Documented. Unshakable. Her expression tightened. "And since we're documenting things," I said calmly. I pressed play. The TV lit up. Footage. Her entering my house, uninvited, opening drawers, taking photos, touching, everything. Time-stamped, clear, undeniable. For the first time, she looked small. Then she snapped, "You recorded me?" I smiled. Yes. That's when Cole walked in. He froze, the screen still showing his mother, taking pictures like a stranger building a case. "Mom?" She recovered quickly. I was protecting my grandson. I slid the final document forward, an email draft. Subject, custody consultation. Her name, her words, her plan. Silence. "You were going to take my son?" I said quietly. Cole stepped back, face pale. "Mom, what is this?" She didn't answer, because she couldn't. So I did. "I'm filing a trespass notice." My voice steady, cold, final. "And if you interfere again, I will press charges." No shaking, no fear, just truth. Cole looked at me differently, like he was seeing me for the first time. "Mom, you went too far." Not loud, not dramatic, but it was enough. For the first time, he chose me. She stood up slowly, dignity cracking. "You've turned my son against me." I shook my head. "No, you did that yourself." She left. And when the door closed, something shifted. Not the house, not the air. Me. Because for the first time in 3 years, this wasn't her territory. It was mine. And no one was walking in uninvited again. The police arrived 20 minutes later. Diane stood on the porch, arms crossed, voice trembling with righteous anger. "She changed the locks. This is my son's house." The officers looked at me. I handed them the documents, deed in my name, proof of payments, trespass notice already filed. They read, looked at her, looked at the cameras, then politely asked her to leave. Diane's face twisted, shock turning to fury. "You can't do this." I stood in the doorway, calm. I already did. Cole arrived just as she was being escorted away. He stared at the scene, his mother arguing with police, my new locks gleaming in the sunlight. For the first time, he didn't defend her. He looked at me and saw the woman who had been carrying everything while he looked away. That night, the house was quiet. No more unannounced visits, no more inspections, no more helpful comments. Just peace. And for the first time in years, I breathed easy. The repayment hit her account the day before the house closing. Diane called Daniel in tears. Not the controlled kind she used at dinners, but real, ugly sobs. He looked at me helpless. I simply said, she made her choice. He never asked me to fix it again. Diane moved into a smaller condo. No more marble, no more gold, no more pretending. Daniel watched me pack the last box with something like awe and fear in his eyes. He finally understood the woman he thought was just a stay-at-home mom had been carrying the entire house on her back, and when she stood up straight, the house fell. Family isn't defined by blood, it's defined by respect. When someone treats your home like their territory and your role like a temporary inconvenience, the kindest thing you can do is stop carrying them anymore. Sometimes the strongest revenge isn't loud, it's simply refusing to be their foundation anymore. If this story gave you chills or that deep exhale of finally, smash the like button and tell me in the comments, have you ever been treated like a guest in your own home by in-laws? What did you do? We read every single comment. And subscribe for more Reddit revenge stories where the quiet ones finally take back their space. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.